Anderson Cooper dropped the veil of neutrality and got pretty heated with Rod Blagojevich, who was just pardoned by Donald Trump after he did a variety of horrific acts, including trying to basically sell Obama's Senate seat and extort a children's hospital. But his wife went on Fox News repeatedly asking for his clemency, and then Blagojevich himself wrote an op-ed talking about how the Democrats were persecuting Trump. So Trump is easy to manipulate like a baby, and he pardoned Blagojevich. But there was a very testy exchange with Anderson Cooper and Blagojevich, and now that he's been released from prison.
I didn't know how corrupt the criminal justice system was until it did it to me.
That is
But
the
I
case.
did clemencies and I did pardons. I didn't do nearly enough. It wasn't a priority. I would acknowledge that. I didn't go to the office every day doing that. Instead, I was giving health care to all the children, free public transportation to our seniors and the disabled.
Actually, you were
but I regret that very much.
Money to hospitals in order to get campaign contributions. But listen, Governor.
No, see, that's a big lie. They got $8 million from me, and I was sent to prison for things that aren't crimes.
They got it after you had left.
I promised that. I ordered it before that happened, and it didn't. They got it while I was governor. That is not factual.
Okay, I just think I wish you're besmirching prosecutors who actually. Who are no longer in government, but prosecutors are important in our system, and you are going after the very basis of our justice system, which has plenty of problems. But part of the thing is you got out. You do have an obligation to at least admit what you did wrong, and you refuse to do that, and you're creating a whole new alternate universe of facts. And that may be big in politics today, but it's still, frankly, just bullshit. We got to leave it there.
Well, no, it's not bullshit. I lived it myself. It's not bullshit at all.
Yeah, Blagojevich kept digging himself further into this whole. That wasn't even the testiest part of the exchange there too, but it was cathartic because you could see Anderson Cooper getting so riled up. And I will say it's quite jarring to see Blagojevich's exact hairdo intact, but it's just completely silver now. It's so weird. Trump probably has an affinity with him for just weird hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I had to mention during the video to you guys that Anderson Cooper's hair it's really cool. I hope my hair is that cool when I'm older. It won't be. It never has been. So I liked his performance there. He got a lot of praise. What I find interesting about it is I feel like that right there was effectively, I don't know, this is the same, like what we do. Like you have a feeling and you express it. You don't sort of hide it to not offend anyone or pretend that everything is equal. You just have a feeling and you let people know what it is, and grounded in facts. He did fact checking live. So you have the emotion and the passion and you combine it with the facts. I know that we talked about this earlier today, and so I'm curious, to what extent do you think this sort of required it being someone like Blagojevich?
Well, one, we should incentivize this because we should see more of this in media, and Anderson Cooper doesn't typically do this, but I do think he's smart, and if he gets positive responses, maybe he'll do it for people who are actually in power, unlike Blagojevich, who has no power and is now aligned with the Trump administration, and CNN is openly critical of the Trump administration. It was about as easy of a target as you can get, but clearly Cooper got quite passionate about what he was saying there.
It'll be a warm-up act, hopefully. Yeah, like you were saying, this will be something going forward. So also, I think the thought process from someone like Blagojevich is you go to prison for a little bit, you come out and you're like, everyone's gonna forget. Just like people are starting to forget how horrible George W. was. And then you have people sitting with him at football games and all that because, oh man, I remember that Trump is so much worse, so Bush must not have been that bad. So I think he came out thinking, I can rewrite history. I can say what actually happened. I'm a political prisoner, and they treated me wrong. Can't believe that. Everyone remembered who Rod Blagojevich was. Maybe people are starting to forget, but I'm glad someone actually.
There are tapes of him. Tapes of him selling Obama's Senate seat after he became president. It was pretty clear, and it was because he had this distaste for then President Obama, and when he was when he was in power, Obama was running on Blagojevich's record and being critical of him. So it was in part motivated, and he tried to turn it into personal profit. He's a terrible guy, and his shamelessness is on display by the fact that he calls himself a Trumpocrat, a Democrat who likes Donald Trump, purely so he could get clemency and get out of prison, and it worked because Trump is that easy to manipulate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad that Anderson did that. I believe, while what he did in terms of corruption was as clear as it could possibly be, what about politicians that like help keep us in wars where like civilians are dying every day? Like you could work up that same level of passion towards Stephen Miller for what he's doing.
And he was protecting prosecutors. Like there was another part of the clip where he wasn't, but he was really passionate about the integrity of prosecutors.
Yeah, I would like to see that in other topics as well. But hey, write incentives, maybe this is a start.
Don't miss your chance to win a trip to Los Angeles and have dinner with Cenk, Anna, and me. Just head to tyt.com/dinner in LA to register to win. Sign up for a free Aspiration Spend and Save account. Register your eligibility. Swipe your Aspiration card on daily purchases to gain entries to win a chance to fly to LA and have dinner with the TYT hosts. Not only are you entering to win that dinner in LA with Cenk and Anna and myself, but you're also able to deposit your hard-earned money without it going towards fossil fuel exploration or production. And as a friendly reminder, even if you already have an Aspiration account, you must still first register to be eligible for the sweepstakes.